Welcome all to another Scrappin' Irish Live Sunday. So whether it's morning, evening, afternoon or night, you're all welcome. So let me just check to make sure everything's working on the Facebook, I was going to say, YouTube side. So let me check that out. Everything seems to be okay there. And I think Shark is still running. Let me make sure he's still running. He is. Shark is still alive. Okay, so right, E-Waste Mike, welcome in. Rex, Paul Frost, and Poosmate, all very welcome to another Sunday night live with me, and hopefully a few other people once they come in. So, as always, hope everyone is in good form and everyone had a good week. And looking forward to another week to start tomorrow. And hopefully everyone got a bit of scrapping done and get some stuff. Earl, welcome in. E-Waste Jill, welcome in. Good to see you guys. As always, please do hit the like. It does help to maybe for YouTube to get us out there to more people who are interested in the same sort of stuff as us. So maybe that might, if people hit the like, that will help. And we might get to meet some more scrappers and more people into e-waste and stuff like that. I seen over on Shark's thing, E-Waste Jill was saying she's doing her first gold drop later on this week. So good luck with that one, E-Waste Jill. K&D Scrapping, welcome in. Good to see you, Dan. Hope the snow isn't too much up around you. I seen E-Waste Mike had some snow. I think Cruiser's well snowed in. HH Recycling, I think you have the snow as well. There's Cruiser Mac, welcome in. Good to see you guys. So for you guys, Everyday Sellers, good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you in as well. Everyday Sellers, by the way, guys, is doing a premiere after my live. I seen it's on for 9 o'clock. So hopefully everyone can go over and check out Everyday Sellers premiere when it's on after the show. Bush Dog Scrapper, welcome in. Daniel, welcome in. Electronic Scrapper, welcome in. So you're all plowing in. So I presume that means Mr. Shark Scrapper must be over when everyone is over here. No, he's still going. He's still, is he? No, I think he's finished. I'm not sure. Yes, he's finished. So that's him over and done with. So all welcome in. YouTube is hopping today. Hopping in a good way or hopping in a bad way? Candy scrapping. So as I said to the people who were in first, please do hit the like. Does help to get us maybe sent out to a few more people who are into all this scrap e-waste. Miss Canadian Scrapper, welcome in. Hope the snow isn't too bad for you up there. America itself, I hear is getting dumped a lot of snow on at the moment. We're promised some snow here in Ireland later on this week, but not much. Welcome in, Mr. E-Waste Mike. And followed in the door behind him comes Shark Scrapper.
Hello.
Shark Scrapper, I thought I warned you not to mention the nuclear batteries while Ian Matthews was around.
Oh man!
If I remember correctly, you sent me that on what did you send me again? You sent me on WhatsApp. You showed me with the thing, and I think my reply back was, "Don't let Ian Matthews see this. Can you imagine him taking one of them apart in a shed?" And what do?
Yeah.
You tell him straight away. WTF, Mike? Welcome in. Good to see you. What do you go and tell him? So yes.
What can I say, man?
It's good to see you finally got rid of your Christmas trees. You're only when did you actually remove it? Because you had it last Sunday. So did you remove it the next day, or is it only just gone?
Yesterday.
What about the rest of the trees? Are they all gone?
Oh yeah, Christmas is done.
Okay.
I went into yesterday. I was having breakfast, and I went into Kelly, Mrs. Shark, and I said, "Holy crap, the tree is still up. I got to get that thing down before tomorrow."
Tell me this now, Shark Scrap, about you making the big move later on in the year, because you're already on about it on your live and that. Has that changed what you're doing, as in bidding for stuff or looking to buy waste at the moment, or is that still too far away to worry about that? Because you don't want to be left with a lot of big stuff.
Yeah, I have started turning stuff away.
Okay.
Lower grade stuff, the call to pick up the single appliance or something like that. I've started turning them down. I'm still going to keep doing e-waste. I've still got my big computer the folks that I buy the lots from and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep on doing that because I need to still keep generating revenue between now and when I leave. But I am taking a hard look at every phone call I get now, and if it's going to be a lot of time for little value, I'm just saying no so that I can concentrate on burning down the inventory that's inside. That's not exactly the way I meant for that to sound.
Yeah. We hear about a fire
in my inventory.
We don't hear about a fire in the shark cage, so we don't.
Yeah,
Philip Cruz, scrap it all, and I see someone else coming in. And I said hi to Daniel already, and I said hi to Miss Canadian Scrapper and Cruiser Mac and the US Jill. Yeah, that's everyone. I think, and WPF Mike. That's everyone caught up. But I see Mike is still taking apart the copper wire.
It's the weekend. I only do it on the weekend.
Oh, okay.
I did a 53-pound bucket yesterday.
Good.
To answer E-Waste Jill, it's freaking 10 degrees outside with -7 wind chill. That's why this is on. It ain't a bad hair day. It really is a bad hair day.
And we say next year, would you think about maybe insulating the shed a bit more besides having bare timber?
I'll be dead by then.
Oh.
Planning. Did you watch?
Oh, so you're getting the calendar like Jack here.
I was like this, and then he said planning. I woke up for a minute.
Yeah. You need a big calendar like that, and just put a big circle and put death on it.
Yeah. Plus, I've been up all freaking night, so I'm just.
Welcome in, Granny, by the way.
Why have you been up all night?
I have been dealing the last 2 days with severe leg cramps in both legs.
Oh man, that's so unfortunate.
I mean, I'm usually standing, and I'm sitting on a stool.
Okay. When he started that sentence, I've been dealing, and I thought he was going to say drugs or something. But
I don't know.
Hey, Simple Man, welcome in. Gil Skills, welcome in. Good to see you guys.
Hey, man. How's it go, Granny? How's it going, Gills?
Good to see everyone.
I've been living on apple cider vinegar.
Are you still saving that copper up, or are you cashing it in yet, Mike?
I'm saving it.
Okay.
I took my one thing in, the first one, but that was technically last year's copper, so yeah.
Okay.
And I did a crap load of motors yesterday, so.
Yeah, prices aren't great, as Shark was saying. They've dropped a small bit again. So they're not great at the moment for copper, but again, they're still probably better than they were 3 or 4 years ago, or 5 years ago.
And if Chris from Board Store don't decide to screw me this week, I'll have close to $1,000 coming from his side. If he decides to screw me, it'll be about 300.
Oh yeah, you owe him 300 if he does.
Probably.
I was reading a very interesting article on steel prices and the scrapyards. One of the biggest scrapyards in the UK is saying that he's expecting. It's actually, I think, it's the biggest steel scrapyard in the world, or one of the biggest, and they're expecting scrap prices to go up in steel towards the end of 2024 and into 2025. And the reason is a lot of the scrapyards are the refineries that refine steel are changing all their furnaces from the old type furnace to these new arc type furnaces. And the arc type furnace can process 90% of the steel that goes into it can be recycled, where at the moment the old type ones can only get 30% recycled. So they're saying recycled steel will become more popular because they're able to get more out from recycling now than they used to. One time they could only recycle 30% of what they took in was recycled, and the rest was just sludge or didn't come out properly and stuff like that. So they're expecting with all these new arc furnaces they're going to have, that they'll be hopefully buying more steel because they're able to refine more of it, and more companies will be using recycle steel besides mining for it, for iron ore. You know.
Did the article go into any details about? Hey, Bob, did the article go into any details about? You're saying that they can only do 30% of the steel. So are they segregating it before it goes
It
in?
didn't really go into it that much.
Comes out or what?
No, it didn't go into it right, and I have to do a bit more research into it to see is it. It sounds like the way they were saying it is if they put in all the steel into the furnaces they have at the moment, 30% of what comes out is usable, and the 70% isn't.
Huh. Interesting.
So from what I could gather from reading it, but so what they're saying, these new arc ones means 90% of what comes out is usable, and there's only 10% waste. So that means companies are going to be buying more. That's why steel was kept low, because they didn't really want to pay over the odds for it, because they knew 90% of what they were collecting weren't going to be used.
Yeah.
Waste. But now it means that it's going to be 90% of it is what is going to be going to the furnaces is going to be used. So that means they can afford to pay more for the steel now. That's what this article was saying, that they expect the scrapyards expect that who they're selling to will be paying more to them, so they'll be passing it on to us guys that are bringing in shred. You know. So maybe,
very cool.
maybe I'll be like Mike then. I will be putting everything in the shred if shred prices is good enough.
What's that happening end of the year?
This year, towards the end of this year and into next year, a lot of the places are changing to these arc furnaces. You know, so.
Yeah, I'll be dead. Oh, man.
By the way, Bob, Bill Skills, welcome in.
Hey, Bob, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
30%.
How are the puppies doing in the cold weather?
Daniel, you just say a lot about your poor wife. What she just say about you? How are ye still together? Who else coming in there? Scrapping on the fly. Welcome in. Did I miss anyone else coming in? Oh, I did. Bria Adventures. Welcome in. Good to see you. And I was watching Scrapping on the Fly's video of his silver drop using the copper. It looked really cool. Put the copper in. Instantly, the silver started cementing out a solution. It looked really, really cool. Robert, welcome in. Good to see you. 200 for a ton of steel at the moment. He's saying that's what the scrapyard is paying him. Is that $200 or 200 sterling or 200 euro? Just so we know, Robert, and we can work out prices for everyone else in the world. So, Bob, how are things with you?
Same old stuff, different day, my friend.
How are you getting on with your internet? How are you getting on with your internet? You're on about the last time we talked. You're on about changing or doing something different because you were saying the speeds weren't good enough or something for you.
That's true, but then we had a major storm, and then we were without power for like a week. And the fiber, nobody had fiber for a week either. Where I work from home. Like, oh, Elon Musk kind of saved me there. That and the generator.
Yeah, that's the advantage.
Yeah, so I decided to hold on to it, and I might get fiber as like a backup and use that for live streaming at some point.
Scrapping on the fly just put in, my girlfriend left me because of the silver processing. You have to explain more on that.
Scrapping on the fly needs to be a lot safer doing that shit because he didn't even have a respirator on.
I was about to just say, but I don't want to pick on people. I don't want to think if he's doing it inside, it's nitric acid and it can be very, very corrosive to your lungs. And you mightn't notice it today or tomorrow, but maybe in a year's time, all of a sudden you're finding it difficult to breathe. Because
he's already hacking and coughing with smoking, so get your shit straight, boy.
And it's not just for the chemical, metal refinement or gold refinement or whatever. It's for just about anything. If you use an angle grinder on aluminum, you should be wearing a respirator. In all truth, because that fine dust gets in your lungs and it messes with you for days.
Yeah, or even we'd say if you are incinerating them chips, like what I will be doing at some stage, and I've done a little experiment, or just testing stuff out. That stuff, that fine dust, if you inhale that stuff, your lungs cannot get rid of that stuff out of your lungs once it goes in there. It's just in there for life. It's like cigarette smoke. It's like whatever. Once the damage is done, it's done. There's no repairing it. So be careful out there because no amount of gold or no amount of silver or no amount of scrap money is worth you lying in a bed hardly able to breathe.
What's the sense of getting it if you can't take it with you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ruin Scrapidol's day. Dude, I ate your cookie.
Speaking of cookies, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I need to get better at wearing a mask when I'm cutting stuff. I'm always very conscientious to make sure I have eye protection on and gloves on, and it's like I'm partway through the cut and I say to myself, man, I really should have put a dust mask on at least. I definitely do that now whenever I'm cutting a board, when I'm cutting off sections of the boards, but I'm not as good or conscientious when I'm cutting copper or aluminum or something like that.
Yeah.
So I need to get more conscientious about the dust mask.
Yeah, like as electronic scrapper said there, your body can deal with certain stuff inside, like steel. Your body can deal with steel, but aluminium it can't deal with it. It's just your lungs can't cough it out. It just sticks in there. Same with that powder from if you incinerate the chips, that powder, whatever them chips are made of, that powder just cannot be coughed out of your lungs, and it just stays in your lungs. So it's one of them things. Sometimes your body can get rid of some stuff, and then other times it can't. So it's just knowing what it can deal with and what it can't deal with, and being better safe than sorry. Wear a mask, wear eye protection, and especially with nitric acid, if you're doing it inside, like scrapping on the fly was, you need to put on your respirator. Has to have a respirator on. If you're doing it outside, I'd still put a respirator on, depending on which way the wind was blowing and stuff like that. Because what you're going to notice eventually they're scrapping on the fly. I'm not trying to pick on you or have a go at you or any of that thing, because at the end of the day, we all made mistakes. I made mistakes when I started doing it first. I didn't put the respirator on sometimes when I should have, maybe, and I walked in and forgot about my respirator. And that's why I do everything outside now. But you'll start to notice, I see me in a filing cabinet there. I guarantee you in maybe 6 months, you'll start to see rust spots coming on that filing cabinet, because the nitric acid will have done it. So if it does it to the filing cabinet, what has it done to your lungs? HH Recycling, just sell all your scrap and get your lungs scraped. Scraped. I don't want this thing going down to just again, if as like Shark does do, he doesn't mess with chemicals at all. He just sells everything, and if he wants to buy gold or get gold, he buys it instead of processing it, and he's not risking his health, and he still gets the gold at the end of it. So there is other ways around it.
Yeah, I let other people risk their health for me.
Yeah, he's saying he's doing it out there except for the cementing. It doesn't matter. You're still fumes coming out, because if you look back at your video, you will see the fumes rising from the jar, and I could see the fumes rising, and I didn't want to say it there, but seeing Mike called it out, I have to mention it.
I put a comment on his thing, dumbass. I call him a dumbass.
Yeah,
Mike, you call everyone a dumbass. So what's new about that?
And it's not trying to have a go with you scrapping on the fly, because I really loved the way that it cemented it out and everything like that. But it's your health you have to watch, and we've all made mistakes. I've inhaled stuff I shouldn't have inhaled. As Shark said, sometimes he doesn't wear the mask and he cut through something. But none of us here hasn't done something stupid scrapping, and we've been called out on it, or people have called us out on it, and that's fair enough. If we make a stupid thing move on camera, we get called out on it. Hey, Scrappy,
if you ever get called out on something like that, like today, for example, it's not because we hate you or because we, want to bust your chops. It's because there's a legitimate concern and somebody's been through it and doesn't want you to go through it.
Yeah.
And I like scrapping up now, like HH. I don't give a shit. He drink it. I don't give a damn. Look at that clown.
That's a spicy.
And again, a disclaimer: do not drink nitric acid, please, because if you do, you're not going to be around to tell the story.
Do not be like Mike.
Hey, just mix it with a little orange juice. Yeah, all right.
And always remember as well, acid to water, not water to acid. Scrapping on the fly.
Hey, so Mike, if vodka and orange juice is called a screwdriver, what do you call nitric acid in orange juice?
The death sentence.
The last ride.
The death
How about a
sentence.
stripped out screw?
Stripped out
Hey,
screw, yeah.
Scrappy, I'm doing well, Scrappy.
Scrappy, you do it a long time.
Watch it. Yeah, scrapping or refining gold or refining silver or refining anything is a long process. So don't believe the videos you see coming out of India and Brazil, where they get tin boards and they put it into the acid, and half an hour later he has a 1 ounce bar of gold in his hand. It isn't going to work that way.
Yeah, that's where I learned how to do it. Can't work.
Hey, Patrick Williams, welcome in. You know, it is a long process, and it's a costly process, and it's a learning process, and it's a dangerous process. So, you know, it's not for everyone. And the only reason I do it is I don't have a place to sell my boards for better price than shred price. So that's one of the reasons I do it. And if I had a place like a board sort where I was getting the money that the guys get, I'd be selling it there and getting the money and just buying the gold instead, or buying the silver. But it's also nice to do a little bit of it, and you can always say, I've done this myself, sort of thing. You know, it all depends, you know, what you want to do. And I microdose just build up my immunity. HH Recycling, don't even bother trying it, please. Hey, Boats, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Hope all is good.
Hey, Boats, great to have you here, man.
I'm tired of doing this.
So, I had this really weird thing happen at the shark cage on Friday. The new owner makes activewear. They've been revamping, you know, the 2/3 of the building that they're occupying. So they've, you know, completely gutted it, repainted it, put up nice shelving. They're getting ready to move in their equipment. Well, Friday they were having a photo shoot for a catalog or something that they're putting together, right? And so, you know, here's the dirty old grimy shark cage. And I came walking out at one point, and the parking lot is full of cars and little girls running around in gymnastics outfits and leotards. And I'm like, holy crap, what is this? Like, all of a sudden, the little fairy princess things descended on this place or something. It's like, this is really weird, because this used to be a parking lot of, you know, scrapping and auto repair and, you know, that kind of stuff. And now all of a sudden there's little kids in tutus running around.
Hey, Robert. Yeah, no, when you don't expect to, you're going to expect something else and something totally different there. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Well, and make it even worse, the photographer came over, needed to borrow an extension cord. And he says to me, he says, if any of our models show up here, please tell them, you know, direct them next door, right? And so I'm thinking models, not little kid models.
Yeah. I like what E-Ways Jill put down there. If a computer voice refines silver and gold with people in sandals, don't trust it. Yeah, true enough. Them videos where you're seeing people and they're with the hot acids and they're boiling the acid and everything's bubbling up and they're just standing there with a pair of sandals and no mask on or anything. You're thinking, yeah, I don't think you're going to be around for much longer. You know. And the ones doing the casting, pouring the metals in sandals, like, Christ above, how they still have their feet, I don't know.
And if you see them holding the mercury in their hand and moving the stuff around in their hand to separate the gold, yeah, that's also a bad sign there too.
Yeah.
You can't believe everything you see on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube, because some people make it look like it's a lot easier or whatever, and they never say when things go wrong or whatever. And another thing, like even the goal drops, you see people doing goal drops and it's instant, nearly every one of the videos. Sometimes I've done a goal drop and you'll see it on some of my videos and it's taken overnight for the goal to drop. And you know, it's just people make it look easier than it is. But sometimes you can be lucky and gold will drop instantly, depending, I suppose, on what you've refined and how much gold is in there in the first place, how much material you've got in there, how quick it'll refine. But you know, sometimes it can take a long time to drop. Mercury on bare skin isn't dangerous unless you have cuts. What would your skin not absorb a certain amount anyhow, Scrappy do? I don't know fully about mercury, to be honest, because some people say you can handle mercury, and then other people say don't touch it whatsoever, and then people say you can handle as long as you haven't got cuts or broken skin. But as far as I knew, your skin is porous and can absorb stuff, so I'd be thinking it can take it in.
Playing with mercury on your skin is kind of the equivalent of like playing with a Ouija board. You might summon something, you might not, but why take the chance?
Yeah. No, again, just put a pair of gloves on. There you go. Handle what you want then, as long as you have the right gloves again. You know, don't be using nitrile gloves with nitric acid, because that's what I started using at the very beginning. I used to use nitrile gloves until I was told. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I've never made mistakes. I've been using nitric acid and using nitrile gloves, and they can spontaneous go on fire with nitric acid. Nitrile gloves. So there you go. I was wearing gloves, thought I was doing the right thing, but I had the wrong gloves on. So I could have just as easily burned them gloves onto my hands as quick as lightning, you know. So there's no one hasn't made a mistake in anything they do.
You know, the other risk with mercury, and there's no reason for a hobby scrapper to be refining with mercury anyway. It's just too dang dangerous, you know, from our perspective. You know, because you also got the fumes you're dealing with. But once it's in your system, you don't get rid of it. I mean, it just keeps building up and building up and building up. And eventually it gets to a level that starts to screw you up. So, you know, it's another one of those metals that our body doesn't naturally get rid of.
Yeah, that's the same as the platinum and palladium metals. Your body can't get rid of it. And once it's in there, it's causing damage to your liver, your kidneys, and over time it eventually stops them working. And you end up with kidney failure, liver failure, stuff like that. So you might notice it for a year or two, but 10 years after you've handled that stuff, you could end up with a kidney problem, you know, and you think you've got away with it, but you haven't. It's in your body and it's gradually doing the damage, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that early onset of baldness is a, you know, one of the indicators.
It's a giveaway sign. It's a giveaway sign that you've handled too many metals.
Looks like Sharky caught it just in time.
Yeah, he just stopped handling it.
He's still got a receding hairline like way up here, but he caught it.
What Shark is doing, letting it grow at the back there, and when he moves up to the new place, he'll have it combed over, glued on, and it looks like he has a full head of hair again. He'll be brushing it up from the back, and he'll have a full, right down to his eyebrows again here. Yeah. Works like a charm. Yeah, the fumes
back when I was
the fumes are far more dangerous. Yeah, so the fumes are very dangerous. So
back when I was getting my hair cut on a regular basis, I would always tell the barber, "Look, I'm not going for a comb over, okay? I just don't want it to pokey up." So I went long enough to lay down, and now I just let it grow, so it doesn't matter.
I think I've seen that episode as well. Everyday Solars where they went abroad. But again, you're going to countries who don't have the technology, don't have the money to invest in technology, and mercury is the cheapest way for them of doing it. So it does take time, because I guarantee you 50 years ago mercury was the way it was done in America, it was the way it was done in Europe. You know, so it just takes time for people to move on, get different things.
I saw a documentary on that not too long ago where like there were families that were trying to, dig for gold or diamonds or whatever the case was, and they had to use mercury or something as a processing agent of sorts. And it was because, like you just said, they couldn't afford to do it correctly. They had to cut the corners to survive.
Yeah. It's we can all judge and say, oh, that's wrong and they shouldn't be doing that. But unless you're in that situation and you're looking for a way to feed your family, or this is the only way there's around, who are we to judge? I know we do say about the guys in their sandals and whatever. Maybe they can't afford to work boots. Maybe the company they work for won't supply them work boots and won't supply them this gear, and they've no choice. It's either that or their family doesn't get fed this week. They have to risk their feet and risk their whatever health by doing these things. So we laugh or we call them out on it. Thing is Gold X any good? I've never used it, but I've seen it on the I've seen it in a couple of the forums groups that I'm in, and Facebook groups, and people that used it and they swear by it, that it strips the gold off very quickly. It doesn't have the harsh chemicals or the acids in it. But I've never used it, and I don't know what the cost to gold recovery ratio is, and was it a viable option for a hobbyist? It might be viable for a bigger scale thing, but for a hobbyist, I don't know what the waste is like and stuff like that. So
what's
really
Gold X?
It's come out. I don't know how long ago. I think I've seen it about 5 years ago. I think it started getting popular for refining gold. If you look it up there, Google, and it's instead of using nitric acid or using hydrochloric acid and them sort of acids, you use this chemical formula that was done, and it's meant to be safer than all them acids. It doesn't have the fumes off it that you get off the acid and stuff like that. But again, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it available to buy around Europe. I've seen it in America to buy, but I never used it. I don't know, has anyone used it? Has anyone in the group used that Gold X or know anything about it? What's called saying there, Electronic Scrapper is saying it does work quickly. Getting it back out of solution is another story. I do use it. So there we go. Electronic Scrapper uses it. So he's used it. Oh, look what I bought today. 1 kg of M&Ms. A full kg bag of M&Ms.
I'm Cadbury'd out.
You've had all the chocolate, have you?
I didn't have it all, but I'm pretty much over it.
How did you like that? Saw that relish on your burgers?
Oh, it sucked.
Oh, it sucked. Dear.
I'm actually gonna look on Amazon and see if I can find it. That was really good.
Yeah, it's really good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I was shocked. It's got a nice, a nice little, like, not really spicy.
No, but a little bit of a kick to it at the
Yeah, it was good. I was eating it. I was sucking it out of the bottle. Interesting. I thought it was like our ketchup, but it's not ketchup.
No, it's not. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But lovely on burgers. Really good on burgers.
We haven't tried it yet, so the next time we do burgers or something like that, I'll give it a try.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
But you're old and your taste buds are jacked up, so it probably won't be the same for you. Your shit's all wore out.
Are we talking about relish here?
Yeah, it's Ballymenu. I can't think of the name for now.
Ballymaloe.
Here, wait a minute. I'll go get it and show you.
I think it's Ballymaloe. Take your time coming back. I think it's Ballymaloe.
I put relish on my hamburgers too often. Usually it's the ketchup and sometimes mustard if I'm feeling.
No, this is a way nicer than ketchup.
Yeah, it looks like ketchup, but it's not ketchup.
Hey, Parknest, welcome in.
What's up, Paul? I'm sick of doing these wires.
William, I got them on special offer. I got them for, I think it was €5.99 for 1 kg of M&Ms. So 260 grams in one of the other shops of M&Ms was €2.99. So I think I done okay. Where's Ian? Ian text me. Ian is otherwise engaged. He's trying to finish editing a video and stuff like that, so he won't make it up tonight, Paul. He's let us down. Ian has let us down. Okay.
Show must go on.
Whose mate was eating. Yeah, the show has to go on without Ian, I'm afraid. Even though I wanted to warn him about taking apart them nuclear batteries that Shark Scrapper was on about that are the Chinese have invented. That's it there. Hold on now. Boom.
Oh, cool. And can you get that locally?
No, I sent it from Ireland to them.
Yeah, I just looked on Amazon. It's not on there.
Well, I can't really read the ingredients, so.
I'm gonna write down all the ingredients and try to conjure
Try
up.
to make it.
Yeah, so I'll try it next time we have burgers.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, this, I picked this, I grabbed the relish and this came with it. I must have just been sitting there by accident.
Oh, yeah, it must have been stuck to it.
Stuck to the bag.
What God said, Evidence Dollar said, we've said his name twice now, don't say it a third time. Well, he's already texted me, he won't be coming up, so I can say E. Matthews, see? He's not going to come up. He already sent me a message saying he won't be able to make it tonight, so.
There he goes, tempted fate again.
We can say his name as many times as you want, he ain't coming up tonight.
This looks like a Milky Way bar.
Yeah, did anyone see the size of them spiders that Everyday Solars had in her last week in her shed? It was spiders as big as your fist hanging out in there.
Yeah. They're not gonna bother her. They'll eat all the other bugs.
Soon I will be broadcasting from the shed powered by nuclear batteries. Yeah, that'll be Ian. That's what I see what I say. Ian will be thinking, right, if I get enough of these batteries, nuclear batteries, and I wire them up in sequence, I'll be able to power my shed with them.
Greatest light in the UK.
I thought Shark was about to put some of that sauce on the chocolate because he picked up the chocolate bar and then he picked up the sauce. And I thought, don't tell me he's going to put some of the relish on top of the bar.
No way, not going to happen.
Patrick Williams said it's nicer out of the glass jars than out of the bottles. So there you go.
Oh.
Scott, I wasn't pointing out what you've done wrong. I was just pointing out that just be careful with your health. You can, as I say, you can do it all you want, where you want to do it. I'm not having to go. I prefer to see you around for a bit longer than doing one silver drop.
Yeah, it's just, and he's brand new to that stuff. So
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
we're not ragging. I mean, I'm ragging.
No. When I started first, I bought the masks. I bought everything before I started it. I used the mask, and then some days before I start doing it outside, I'd have it in the shed working away, and next thing I'd open the door, and next thing I'd walk in and go, oh, the mask, I have to go again and get the mask, and I'm sure I inhaled a certain amount of stuff. I won't deny it.
You could be an expiring. Oh my God! You could be an aspiring YouTuber and watch people like us until the cows come home before you do it, and still make rookie mistakes.
Yeah. And to this day, we'll make a mistake. Someday you'll pick up a grinder and you'll forget to put the goggles on before you use it, and you'll use it, and afterwards you'll say, "Oh, Joel, I never put on the goggles." Well, Mike doesn't put them on anyhow, but Hey.
They're right there. You see them?
Okay.
$1.99 at Harbor Freight. Good deal.
That's the ingredients there for anyone that's wondering. There you go, Mike, if you want to make your own.
Man, hey, idiot, I have the same bottle. I don't need the ingredients. I'll be so glad when he moves, so I don't have to deal with him.
Hey, he's going to be getting closer to you by moving up there. He's not as far away from you.
Yeah, he's in deep shit, too, so I will make that trip.
And take it as a lesson. I appreciate that. Yeah, no problem at all. And what I'd say to you as well is any good tools that you don't want to get damaged, don't have them in the same area as that asset, because even with the lids on the assets, I've noticed that I see some of the tools that I have in the shed have got rust marks on them now, and that's from the acid corrosion. So even with the acid closed off and things, a certain amount of vapor, I'm sure, is escaping.
I always keep my favorite tool out of the acid.
That's good.
That's his new wire cutter, we'll say. Yeah, so what has everyone been working on this week? What have you been up to, Bill? Or Bill? Bob?
Same old stuff, different day. I mean, I've actually been doing a lot of scrap. I just haven't been filming it. I got to start filming some of my stuff again. I showed Mike, I think it was last week. I picked up an old Pepsi vending machine from the RV dealership that I'm collabing with.
Yeah.
And it's so old that it has like a spot on the front where you could put the old tabs, the pull-out tabs on the cans from back in the day. You can actually put those in anyway. Yeah, it's old.
Yeah, it's a long time since you had them old pull-off openers on them.
Yeah, so I'm deciding whether or not I want to sell it or keep it because it still works.
Keep it.
Yeah, over here now, they're from the 1st of February, we're going to have the new bring back your cans to a machine, throw them in the machine, you get 25 cents, I think it is, back for every can you put in. But it's only for cans that have got a certain mark on them, because what they're going to do is they're going to add 25 cents to the price of the can at the beginning, so you're already getting back what you've already paid. It's not like
why they call it deposit.
So you're paying 25 cents extra, and then you get the 25 cents back when you drop back the can. So that's starting from the
Scrapping on the fly. This is what happens to your tools, right there.
Yes, with acid.
That's exactly what happens to them.
Yeah.
It's true.
Who needs it?
I have a couple of pounds of cut gold fingers, and I was going to do it myself, but I decided not to.
Yeah, put it up on eBay.
Risk my health,
Yeah, put it up on eBay. Some Irish fool will pay over the odds for them anyhow.
Oh,
no,
Irish fool, huh?
Bob, what you do is save your gold fingers, save your ceramic CPUs, save your gold corner BJs, and I'll hook you up with me and Shark's Refiner. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys are planning something? You scheming?
No, they have a guy that refines, and he'll give you money for it, or he'll give you back gold for it.
Yeah. This way you don't have to deal with it.
I'll bring it to you in June then.
Yeah.
Well, you can send it to me, and then I'll send it to you.
No, I'll bring it to you in June.
Well, got lost in the mail, though.
Oh, I failed to see the humor in that last statement.
Yeah, well, everyday sellers, I can't see anyone throwing the cans anymore on the streets or stuff like that. If you're paying 25 cents extra, you're going to definitely just bring it back and throw it in the machine to get your 25. 4 cans, you've got a euro. So,
I don't know. That's just catching up with inflation.
But again, if anyone does throw the cans on the street, they won't be there for too long, because you guarantee some kids will pick them up, or some. If I seen 4 cans, I'm going to pick them up. It's a euro.
You know what? We get 10 cents a can here, and there is more cans on the street than I think they recycle, because nobody wants to take them back. Now
Michigan is one of the few exceptions that gets 10 cents a can. By the way, we only get 5 cents a can here.
Yeah, well, you guys are in Maine. You guys suck.
But that's why you see the homeless always with bags of cans on their back, isn't it? They're cashing them in,
When I moved, I gave like almost $120 in empty returnables to my other neighbor, and he picked I had too many.
Damn, that's broke.
What's he saying here? What about the plastic Irish with no stickers, thousands of tons in the ditches? Yeah, they're going to do the same for the plastic bottles, but again, it has to be the plastic bottles that have the special marking on them. So it can't be old plastic bottles that people have lying around. It has to be from anything purchased after the 1st of February.
It has to be the ones you paid deposit on.
It has to be the ones you paid the deposit on.
This ain't working. What the hell's going on here?
Like we have a milk company here. It's called Oberwise. And if you buy a jug of their milk, it's in a glass bottle. It's a $5 deposit.
Holy cow!
Well, they
Yeah,
want
They
to
want to make sure they get that back.
Yep,
Well, I got
exactly.
5 of them I've had for I don't know how long. I got $25. You know, I'll never.
You're talking about the recycling price. You don't think anybody's throw them out? Where do you look at all them alcohol cans I find, and they're worth a dime a piece, and people just throw them out because they're too lazy to bring them back.
Yeah, well, you see there, that's what Schwarzkopf said. HH Recycling, we get a dime for cans, and you can walk the ditch and get rich off the drinking and driving that goes on here. So driving along, drinking the can, throw it out the window.
Yep. But there's a certain way to throw it out the window that you don't get wet. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Hey, scrapping on the fly, take it easy, and looking forward to seeing how much silver you get at the end, and always think safe.
Yeah, next time you do a video and you're doing that shit, I want to hear your voice all like this and not like this.
Darth Vader.
Hey, Steve, welcome in. People don't like to keep empty beer cans in their cars. Yeah, it attracts the flies and bees.
No, because if you get pulled over, they smell it right away.
And it's
Oh,
still
yeah.
That's why you need a pickup truck, because if you get it just right, you can toss it and it'll end up in the back of the pickup, and
Exactly.
you haven't lost the can.
Yeah, and you can bring it home and recycle it.
So,
Yeah.
so start speaking of experience, right?
Yeah, it attracts flies, bees, and cops.
Yep.
Hey, Shark, when are you going to buy a new truck?
Say what?
When are you going to buy a new truck?
I don't know.
That Sharkmobile getting beat up, buddy.
I tell you what, though, it still runs like a top. So
Yeah, I was watching your video the other day. I'm like, man, look at all these dents and dings compared to when you started.
Once you start using your vehicle for scrap, there's always going to be dents and dings all over it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
if you look at its first ones and look at the truck now. Yeah, you're very careless, sir.
the worst dent that I have in the truck right now happened in a parking lot. If you look at my recent videos and you look at the pass on the driver's side, the door behind the driver's door, that's the cab door there on the driver's side, it's kind of crinkled up on it. Some jackwagon ran into the Sharkmobile in a parking lot, and got it all dented up and nasty and stuff. And it's like, I came walking out, I'm like, really? What the hell, man? And it was probably a large pickup truck, because you can see the wheel skid mark halfway up the door. And I'm like, yeah, some dumbass driving a truck that's too big for him didn't see how close he was, and ran into me.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I'm always checking out shit. I'm always
Shark, there's one. When people move into a house, they have like paint parties and stuff like that, and they get people around to paint the house. You can have a moving party, and all the scrappers can come with their pickup trucks, bring all your stuff from Florida up to your new home for you. There you go.
Right. I'm gonna convince people who are pinching pennies to drive 8 hours one way. I don't see that happening.
if you
Let
wife,
alone handling your stuff better than they do scrap, right?
if your wife makes me 2 dozen cupcakes, I'll come and do it. I'm in.
That's a good deal.
Hell yeah. Because I know
I'd almost get a flight over for that.
right. Oh, well.
Mike, I'll pick you up on the way. How's that?
There you go. 4 dozen.
And scrappers have a nasty habit of not being exactly gentle when they load things.
No.
It'll get there, but not in one piece.
I'm sure I can make this fit if I just push a little bit harder.
That's what the tailgate's for, man. You let it hang over a little bit.
That cracking sound means it's working.
Yeah, break-in's working.
I'll make him more room.
Yeah.
That's why I love my trailer so much. I do all of that pushing and shoving in that.
Yeah. Shark, you never actually. Do you remember you were on before about getting the sides for your to do it a bit like Scrap and Pallet Man, but you never got around to doing that, did you?
Yeah, just like you know, I mean, I put the money into other things.
Yeah.
So just never got there.
Yeah, no. It's there's other priorities come up in the scrap
Just
world.
do like Les Nessman, put duct tape. This is where walls would be.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised, Sharky, that you haven't gotten either a bigger truck or invested like in a dump trailer or something like that, given the volume that you go through.
Yeah, you know, it was there's a few times when I said, okay, I've got to bite the bullet and make the investment, and then things would slow down a little bit, and it's like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't. You know, it's like it's kind of going through those cycles. And when I have had the big pickups that I've needed to get, they were usually large enough that I would have had to rent a big truck anyway. So, hello, sir. I can't believe
on death's door. That was last week's one and the week before. Do you ever change the title? Now he's froze. Now he's gone. Now he's no sound.
He said his name one too many times.
You did. It's true.
The whole area is back.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, we could hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh, I was in bed. Wait a minute, I fell asleep at the table, I'll be honest. Hello anyway, Dan, Mike, Shark, Gil.
Don't bother saying hello to me, it doesn't matter. I'm only the host. Don't even bother. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
You don't need to say hello to you.
Did he? Okay, I didn't hear him. I was trying to turn his mic up because his mic is very low, so I was just trying to turn him up a bit. There now, talk now. You should be up louder.
Hello everybody in chat.
Much better.
Much better.
All right.
Ian, when Shark Scrapper sent me the information about these nuclear batteries for your phone that don't need to be charged up for 50 years, I sent back to him, I go, don't tell Ian, because I can envision him getting 50 of them batteries, putting them together and trying to run his shed power off them.
Definitely. Absolutely, definitely.
You're still sick?
Yes, I am sick.
There's a cough going around, and they're saying it can last 100 days. This new cough, the 100-day cough, they're calling it. Ian has it.
And I've got a cough as well as being sick.
He might never get rid of it. You know, he reached that magic age now where everything just goes to hell.
Well, you see, when your body knows, you know, if you ever notice when you're getting older and you're looking forward to retirement, that's when your body goes, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Just let me ask the old man on the other side, Shark.
Mike is pissing himself.
Hey, Bob, I think he's talking to you, man.
Ian, did you read that book on how to make friends quickly or enemies even faster? So what have you been up to, Mr. Matthews? Have you edited the video for tonight? Done and dusted?
I've been doing some woodwork.
Oh, the artiste.
No, I've been mending my shed door. Again.
Again.
Well, the last time I did it, I cut it in half and took it to the tip, if you remember.
I remember that.
Well, today I've been a bit more
finesse.
Yeah, I just cut some off it.
How can you cut something off a door that you bought to the scrapyard?
No, I got a door, didn't I? My door's rotten. I got this other door. I decided I could. It weren't big enough. Hello, Ralph.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Ralph.
Make it right, innit? Me and Woodwork, we're not friends. Me and Woodwork.
I hear you, man.
You and Casting Aluminium are not friends either. You and Pillows are not friends because they attack you.
Excuse me. Not Mike's pillow. I could look to Mike's pillow.
Mike's pillow.
Oh, hey, I tell you, there's something I can tell you. Hey, isn't life strange? So, I was at work. Although I'm still on death's door, I'm still at work. And a company phoned me up before Christmas and said, "Can you make us some bins? We're not too far away." Literally, if I got on top of our building, I could see their building. So they're only half a mile away. Didn't know about them. Nothing come about it. Anyway, Thursday, van turns up, guy walks in, starts talking, and I said, "Oh, you're the guy who said, can we make some bins for you? And you would run one round for us to look at and do a takeoff and cost it up." I said, "That's correct. Go outside. We're looking at this metal 4-poster bin." We got talking. I said, "What does it hold?" Because he said it needed to be very strong at the bottom. I said, "What does it hold?" And he went, "E-waste. Do you know what e-waste is?" I said, "I've heard a bit here and there." He said, "So it works out they're a company that buy e-waste and they shred it." So I got talking to him. I said, "Well, I collect a little bit of e-waste. I've like three 1-ton bags." He said, "I'll buy it off you." So they're only half the way from me.
And what was his prices like?
Right. Okay. So I told him about you guys and all you guys who were into e-waste, and he got the I gave him the impression I knew what I was talking about. You know, about oscillators, gold edge BGAs and VGAs and those.
And immediately he knew you were talking BS.
Yeah.
Buy every day.
With little legs on. And I said, I've been trying to find somebody in the northwest of England for a long time. "Oh, he's been here for a while." He said, "But nobody knows about it." So I said, "I could come round and do a video on your process with my bag of stuff." He said, "We'll sort it all out. That'll get your name out. Give me a good price."
Oh,
And what did he say?
Yeah, good idea.
And did you tell him, did you say, "I'm Ian Matthews and I am the godfather of scrappers on YouTube"? That
I said
unless you give the go ahead.
A modest channel. I said, you know, might be able to get your name out there a bit. But we're that half a mile from where I work. So he said, cool. I could take a Friday or a Saturday and go in there. I'll take one bag in, and we'll go through it, and we'll see what prices we get. End of the day, it's better than better than sitting where it is, isn't it?
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run around quickly because Everyday Solidus is coming on at 9, so I want to get finished up before she comes on, and so people can go over and check out our video. So, Mike, what's the plan for the week?
Working in the garage because it's too damn cold to do anything else.
Okay. Shark, what's the plan for the week?
Scrapping, and making videos.
Okay. Ian Matthews, as short as you can tell us, what's your plan for your week?
Go work, come home and go to bed early.
Okay. Dan, what's your plan for the week?
Customer pickup tomorrow of another restaurant. A couple deep fryers this time.
Okay. Skills, what's your plan for the week?
I copy and paste Shark Scrapper's response.
Okay. What's your plan for the week?
My plan, absolutely nothing.
Okay. My plan for the week.
Work and get home, be tired, maybe play a video game, and go to sleep.
Ralph has the best plans.
That's a good plan, actually.
Quick,
way too cold.
What
if I could say,
It's way too cold.
Too
Are
cold,
you
he said.
talking, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm saying a quick one for Ralph.
Go on.
Gandalf Guido bought himself a devil forge. Look at his
Oh.
video.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Okay. I'm about to finish up. As always, no video of this Thursday because there was a video last Thursday. If you haven't seen last Thursday's and you want to know what Scrapping Irish channel is about, go check out that video. Because Mike finally figured out what my channel was about, he said from it. He finally figured out what I'd done.
I subscribed.
And Ian subscribed from it. Because of that video, Ian subscribed to me. So go check out that video. I should be live next Sunday. I put the link in for Everyday Solar's
I just
premiere
did.
that's coming out there now. She should be on now. And catch you all later. If you haven't hit the like, please do. And Ralph, finish us off.
Scrap you all later.